Woman from Pennsylvania, Ms. Scanlon, for 5 minutes.
Madam Speaker, we're failing our youth, and they know it. I rise today to share the voices of our children, the voices of those who attend schools where, once again this week, young lives were lost to gun violence that Congress refuses to prevent. My office runs a Congressional Youth Cabinet, a nonpartisan program that gives high school students the opportunity to learn about our government and to share their views. We meet every couple months during the school year, and they select topics for discussion at each meeting. Last weekend, the topic was gun violence. The next day, 6 people were slaughtered in yet another school shooting. 3 of them were only 9 years old. As I struggled to find words to convey once again the urgency that Congress act, I turned to the students in my youth cabinet. I asked them what they would say if they had the opportunity to address Congress. Here are their voices, the voices of America's youth. Claire, it's terrifying to see another school shooting on the news, and even scarier that this is almost normal. As students, we just want to be safe, to learn and grow. I feel, and I've heard this from a lot of kids, I can't walk down the hall without looking for a safe place to hide in case my school is next. It really messes with your head. Zane, gun violence feels normalized and ingrained. My school had a lockdown drill today, yet afterwards we went on with our day like the need for a lockdown drill is trivial and not disturbing. I hope legislators understand how drastically gun violence can alter students' daily lives and thoughts. Tyler, it's really hard to stay optimistic as a young person when we see these tragedies again and again. Lindsay, all those kids did today was go to school on a beautiful Monday morning, but instead of making paper cutouts of Easter bunnies or painting eggs, they were shot and murdered. That school is a private Christian school. Prayer takes place in every single one of those classrooms, including where 3rd graders were shot to death. Prayers didn't stop our children from being slaughtered with guns. A lock on the door didn't stop the killer from coming in. Legislators can stop this. Several observe that easy access to guns is a major driver of school shootings. Kiona said, "These situations happen so frequently it makes me question how easy it is to get a firearm or assault weapon in this country. We should have prevented these situations." Quinn, for me, gun violence is personal. Lives like ours are on the line. On the news, time and time again, I see my own communities attacked, from the Lunar New Year Monterey Park mass shooting to the Club Q nightclub shooting. Our schools aren't safe. It's clear that gun violence targets vulnerable people of color and LGBTQ+ people. Guns are the leading cause of death among children and teens. Noah, we need to stop treating shootings like isolated events and think of them as part of the whole. It wasn't just one person with a gun today in Nashville or in Colorado Springs or in Uvalde. It was a web of corporate greed, insufficient legislation, and hatred. Elliot, I'm a senior in high school and I've been directly affected by 4 separate instances of gun violence in the past year. I was in lockdown during the Highland Park shooting. At the same time, my best friend was hiding in a church during an active shooter situation at a concert. Our school recently lost a classmate to gun violence, and we had a lockdown because of a threat of a shooting. The lack of action is alienating my generation. We're supposed to be the future of our democracy. Our experiences of gun violence are more common than instances of legislative progress. We're told we're supposed to save democracy, to save the planet, but no one's saving us, and we notice. This last line really sticks with me. Our kids are being asked to put our democracy and our collective future first, but their country and their representatives in Congress are not putting them first. It breaks my heart to hear the fear and anger and cynicism and hopelessness in our children's voices. We're failing our youth, and they know it. Doing nothing is unacceptable, and if you don't have any solutions, then you need to get out of their way. Our kids deserve action now. I yield back.